And mute him on the YouTube, because then I get echoes if he starts talking.
Suzanne, I'm echoing.
Hi.
I'm echoing for you right now. Hey, hey, folks. Tay, how are you? I'm glad you could make it.
I'm good. How are you?
Nice. I'm excited. We got a special guest this evening, none other than Epic Patrick, aka Epic Loot Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Patrick. I'm excited to have a chance to hang out with you in game.
Hey, thanks for having me along. I don't know how useful I'm going to be in game, but I'm definitely along for the ride.
Hey, listen, the fact that you came by this evening, that's all you got to do. As I said, show up, have a good time. That's how it is for everyone who makes the time for these guild adventures. I understand, Patrick, that you're not streaming on your end, but that does remind me, for those of you who are going to be tuning into this stream, let me go ahead and quickly grab Patrick's links here. I'll be sure to put it up on my Great Hall as well when I have the opportunity to do so. When is your next stream, Patrick? Just out of curiosity. When are you going to be live next on your channel?
I have a World of Warcraft stream tomorrow morning, and then my next UO stream will be on Sunday evening.
Ooh, that is exciting. There you go. So there is Epic Loot Gaming's schedule there. It's going to be World of Warcraft tomorrow. I'll definitely try to tune in for some of that, Patrick. And for those of you who are diehard Ultima Online loyalists, then he's going to feed that addiction of yours Sunday evening. So make sure you got your calendars set up correctly for that. Let me go ahead and get that into the restream there. I got your YouTube channel and your Twitch channel right there. Epic Loot Gaming. As I said, it's such an honor to connect with you, sir, and I'm glad that you've kept the torch burning for OSI as long as you have. Real pleasure to finally connect with you.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
No worries. No worries. And this is something that I do at the top of every one of these guild adventures. Your stories, your legacies matter here at the Wyvern's Lair. Each and every one of our members and friends. So what I like to do is do a quick check-in at the top of the stream and give everyone a chance to talk about victories or highlights, whether it's in the real worlds or whether it's in Sosaria, over the past week before we get underway for these guild adventures. So let's start up actually with our special guest, Patrick. Kick us off, my friend. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself too, for those of you here at the channel who might not be familiar with your biography as a content creator.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it again. So my name is Patrick. I run the Epic Loot Gaming YouTube channel and Twitch channel. I've been streaming Ultima Online since, I'd say, right around 2022, somewhere right around there, 2021. Honestly, I missed the COVID rush, so I didn't get anything from that, but I joined afterwards, and it was a blast. UO always has been a game that I've played since high school. I'm an old man now, being 42, and it's a game that's just stuck with me my whole life. So I figured, why not share it with everybody that I can, and it's been amazing. Built an amazing community, met some amazing people, having opportunities like this to go experience things that I'm not going to be able to do myself. It's great. As far as personal life and the way everything goes right now, I am in the midst of moving from Montana to Idaho. Once I hit Idaho, I plan on going full time with my streaming again. Right now, it's just been hit and miss, and I'm really big into MMOs, and don't tell anybody, but I'm also a diehard Marvel Rivals fan. And that's pretty much it for me.
Hey, there's a lot right there. I appreciate the brief introduction. Epic Loot Gaming. I kind of want to refer to you as Epic Loot Gaming just so people can find you across the vastness of the internet, but I do appreciate that people can also refer to you as Patrick. Two quick follow-ups there. So there you were in high school. How did you first discover Ultima Online? And obviously you were circled back to it some years later, as I kind of did myself in my own life. But what was it about Ultima Online that made you pursue that as sort of what you want to focus your work as a content creator on, and why the OSI experience particularly? Because as we've talked about in DM's Epic Loot Gaming, I feel like if you're a content creator and you want to sort of focus on Ultima Online, it's almost like a challenge mode run if you choose OSI, especially these days. So I'm curious to hear two questions there for you.
Yeah, of course. So my current roommate, his name's Kyle. When we met, we were young kids in high school, and he was going on about this game where you could fight dragons and do all these crazy things. And I've heard of it, but I never really tried it. And this was my first time meeting like a fellow gamer, and Kyle hyped me up on this Ultima Online game. So I went out, I bought it, I stood in line at GameStop for the Lord Blackthorn Revenge release, you know, all the releases after that you could stand outside in the cold and wait to get. I did it. So if it wasn't for Kyle, I wouldn't even have touched this game. I probably would have jumped right into something like World of Warcraft a few years later or whatever, because at that time I was playing a lot of racing sims and shooters. So, but yeah, this was a change of pace for me, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Now, to address the being a content creator in Ultima Online, there's a lot of stuff to say about it, but I think what it comes down to is you have a couple paths you can take. For me, I took what I consider the Joe Rogan path or the Asmongold path. Kind of mouthy, kind of out of pocket, not really the kind of person you want to be hanging out with your grandma and stuff like that. And with Ultima Online having a somewhat older player base, that definitely can affect the journey. I just want to say the way you're doing things, freaking amazing. You're killing it out there. You're doing everything right from the get-go, which I love. But for me, my mouth overloads my brain. I say goofy things, and for me, that has affected my growth, along with the fact that Ultima Online is such a niche game that when I first started streaming and I was posting, to the retail forums and Facebook groups, I had to like tell people what Twitch was. And that was a wild thing for me. I was like, wait, I'm in my like late 30s at this point. Like, I know what it is. You should. So, it's an uphill battle all the way. But like I said, you are just absolutely killing it, and it's quite impressive. I do think that for most creators, it's a hard thing to stick with retail because I will refer to them as the gray shards, I guess, do have such a wider, more updated experience, if you ask me. But then out of nowhere came New Legacy. Out of nowhere came the classic UO beta. And to me, I think now we're equal competition for any of the gray shards, if not better at this point. And I think we're on the right path as a retail game to regain some of our old players from those shards as well with these changes.
Yeah, that's well said. I think Ultima Online and OSI is where it is because of things that happened or may not have happened over the last several years in terms of how Broadsword serviced the OSI experience. But as you pointed out, there has been a really exciting change of direction, and this has been happening over the course of years. It's nothing that's come up suddenly, but there is this sense that there is sort of new hope, new momentum for the Broadsword team and the OSI experience of Ultima Online. And there's still obviously a really long road, I think, ahead for New Legacy in many ways, which we can talk about over the course of the Guild Adventure with the rest of the Knights and Squires here. But like you, I felt like this is the right direction. I certainly couldn't take up this game as a content creator till Broadsword came out with an experience that could be dynamic, that could change, and that could be fresh season to season. So this is exactly what I needed as a content creator to say, okay, I feel like I can make this a pillar and not worry about this sort of turning into kind of like a museum piece, if you will. So New Legacy presents that dynamism. And then very kind words, from you for myself. Looks could be deceiving. I got to where I got to through many mistakes over the course of 4 or 5 years as a content creator. And I have the audience that I do, which I'm very appreciative of, but it's really fragmented, it's really diverse, and a lot of my audience for the last several months have been arguably stunned with my pivot to Ultima Online. But as I, spoke to you in DMs, make the pivot, and eventually, your true followers, your true supporters will make themselves known and support what you're doing as a content creator. And I think that the OSI community and Broadsword really owes you a debt, especially Patrick, because you've been a lone voice amongst the vast, constellation of content creators out there, holding up the torch consistently for OSI. And I appreciate the window that you provided me as someone who is looking from the outside in as to what the OSI Ultima Online experience is. And you certainly have been that window for thousands and thousands of players like myself over the years. So thank you for everything that you've done and accomplished as a content creator. And I certainly hope that your love for Ultima Online, Broadsword, and OSI continues to burn bright for years to come.
You better believe it. You guys are stuck with me until the server shut down, regardless of what happens. So
I
yeah, no, I love the game, and I am not going anywhere.
love to hear it. And we got Pockted sending you a lot of love in the YouTube chat as well. Appreciate you, Pockted. Over to my good friend Rel in Budapest.
Hey, good evening. Or morning, I guess. Still fighting my cold, but other than that, not too much new here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you for coming by. I know it's a late hour for you. Always appreciate you making these occasions. Rel, Slurms, are you on mic? Do a check in with Slurms McKenzie. He is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Slurms, what's up, brother?
Not much, just doing a lot of the teaching thing these days. The only update in UO is not much, but the kids that I took to DECA States, I got 11 kids going to internationals, so that's cool. It's outside of UO, but it's
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the kids, so it's a good time.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about this. I think you mentioned that this was like a robotics championship that you were taking the kids to.
So I actually do both. So the robotics kids that I help out with, FRC Team 108 Sigma Cat Robotics, they actually went to Tallahassee last week, and they got second.
Heck yeah.
Which is fantastic. 43 teams go to compete. There's a Hulu robotics thing where if you look up robotics FRC first, that's kind of what they do. They qualified for Worlds. Now we're just trying to find that funding. The whole thing with being a teacher and helping the kids, just exploring that stuff is absolutely fantastic. The weekend before, I helped DECA Kids, which is about businesses and stuff. And helping all that is one of the things where they go and compete, start a business or business plan, and they competed, and I got 11 going to the internationals, which is in about a month. So that's awesome.
Slurms, that's amazing. You do. It sounds like you have a really fulfilling, calling in your life, and you're doing really interesting work with, the next generation here. So thank you for sharing that. And it's very exciting to hear that, on both accounts, frankly, for the robotics team that you've been working with, and this last batch of kids that you've been assisting with this I guess business. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, that's why I was struggling to try to come up with something, because it's a group organization. They have all these different things, and if someone's interested and they have a kid going into high school, if they have a DECA program there or a robotics program somewhere in their area, highly recommend them. They're great growth builders. They're great, when we talk about what defined our childhood, and we talk about Ultima Online, as our high school experience. I mean, this is one of those experiences for the kids that really help define them and help them grow and find a community. And we're just here looking to try and help people with a community. So
cheers. Slurms, you're a good man. Thank you for sharing that update. Over to Night Suzanne, my dear friend Suzanne.
Hi. Hi. I'm a part-time streamer. I first came along Ultima when it was made, back where they have floppy disks and stuff like that, the original online, the original Ultima game. So this got interesting, although it is a bit challenging for me. I keep on practicing, trying, especially this new web client is something new to get used to. But I do stream sometimes. I write fan fiction. I got 2 kitty cats, and I like playing with friends online, and so the Ultima allows me to do that.
We appreciate you coming by, Suzanne. We need to see more pictures of these kitties of yours. I occasionally share the Evil Peach and Mighty Par here on my Discord, but I'd love to see little glimpses of your cat family too. Thank you for being here, Suzanne.
You're welcome. I'll try to remember to put more pictures up. I think I put only like 1 or 2.
No worries. So for those of you who are getting together for the Guild Adventure here live on Discord, by the way, welcome John. We're all meeting at the Moonglow Moongate. So why don't you guys get yourselves over there? It's not too difficult. and then from there we will push on. But before we do that, let's do a quick check-in with Knight Tay McCrae.
Hey man, how's it going? How's it going,
What's
everybody?
on, man?
Good, good. Really nothing new on my end. I mean, work's just been going steady, and to be fair, I've not put a lot of time into UO as I would have hoped this week, but you know, this kind of life is what it is sometimes.
You and everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know,
Happens.
I could say
Priorities.
I'm definitely like I keep checking the new published schedule, man. I'm like biting at the bit, waiting to see what's gonna happen with that. But you know, up until then, I'll definitely yeah, I did change my color again. Sorry, man. Yeah. I mean, up until that, you know, everything's just been pretty chill, pretty kick back. So
Cheers, Tay.
appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Wolf Gamer. My friend.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late. I
No
was
worries.
in traffic.
Glad you could join us.
Yeah. I'm always excited to play this when I can. So
Highlights
playing-
IRL, highlights in game. That's what we do.
Oh, gotcha. Not a whole lot. I mean, I had my new job that I've been doing. Some game stuff on the side, some 3D stuff on the side. Background is in e-learning and 3D modeling animation. So been kind of working on some new projects, and having fun with that. And I got introduced to this game through our host. I know DM Wyron from.
He puts it very gently. I dragged him and Argabarger here.
No. I'm glad you were adamant about it, because like I tend to like forget things. I'm going from one thing to the next sometimes.
Right.
But I'm having fun. I'm very new to this game. I mean, in the sense that, you know, I've only put a handful of hours into it, and it's been very humbling to have everybody help, you know, answer some questions I have. Bear with me when I can't get through a door. You know, that kind of stuff. But it's been fun. I've sort of played games like this back in the day. I used to play like Ragnarok Online, which is another MMORPG. But I recall the like, you know, the EverQuest and you know, World of Warcraft kind of days. All my friends play that, so it's very nostalgic to kind of play a game like this again, and it's really cool to see that it's been like online for so long. But yeah, a little bit about me.
Appreciate you being here, Wolf Gamer. And yeah, one thing that Wolf Gamer didn't you know, share here is that I've had the pleasure of working with him and several of his colleagues, and it was one of the highlights of my career in game development. So I'm glad that we connected through that adventure and have stayed in touch and remained friends since. And I appreciate you Three Musketeers following me into the depths of the Stygian abyss, aka Ultima Online. So yeah, thank you for being here, Wolf Gamer. All right. I guess the next thing that I would ask is, oh, John's back. All right, John, could you, if you wouldn't mind, you know, obviously you're off mic, but if you could give us, you know, a quick update, highlights of anything you want to share about adventures in the real worlds or in game this past week, we'd look out for it in the guild chat if you want to share. Otherwise, do we have a mage that could open up a portal to the guild tower in our ranks this evening? I'm not so sure if we do.
If you
Yeah,
tell
I
me
can
how
do
to
it.
do it. Oh, you can do it. Okay, good.
Okay, Rel's got it. Oh, awesome. All right, everyone, look out for Rel's tower and gate, and off we go. I'm assuming that Pat's here with us too. Yep, there's Pat. Okay, cool. Go
Well, that
ahead.
wasn't me, but
Oh, okay.
I fizzled. So
Oh, was it Slurms? Who was it that had the gate?
yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, everyone,
Come
go
on, why
ahead.
can't I can't. I'm having portal problems.
Just keep at it. Just keep on going back and forth on the portal. Suzanne, you should eventually grab the gump that will let you step through.
Whoops.
Oh, I did.
Sorry, dude.
No, it happens. We'll throw out another gate for you. Just give it a moment. Rel's got it. There you go. Try now.
Well,
There you go.
Yay. Okay, there's Suzanne.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for those of
thank
you who are
you.
coming through the gate, go ahead and park your mounts or your pets in our little parking lot, courtesy of Zeke here. And then if you wouldn't mind stepping through into our guild tower here. We have a knighting.
I forgot how to get off my horse. Just click, double click.
Double click.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, how do I say stay to my horse?
Just type in all stay or
Yeah.
click on the horse,
Yeah, all
and
stay.
it should give up some options.
Yep. All right, come on through. And I think we're all headed up to the bar, so that's where we're going.
Well, of course.
Grab a seat by the. I thought we were gonna make this a little bit more, you know.
Oh, we can go
formal.
downstairs if you like. Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's cool. We can sit up here at the bar. Totally fine.
My
let's
weapon
see.
of choice is whiskey.
There you go. All right. So this is a tradition that we have here at the Wyvern's Lair. You know, for me as sort of a community manager, if you will, you know, I'm trying to find people that really want to be a part of this community. We don't ask much from anyone who wants to join the Wyvern's Lair as a guild. We do ask that new members make an effort to attend our weekly guild adventures as much as they can, reasonably can. Rel has missed, gosh, you know, too many to count because he's out there in Budapest and it's a really odd hour for him, for example. But turn up when you can and have a good time with us. And that's basically the only thing we really sort of ask our members. And that's the only way to progress to becoming a full member, which we call a knight here at the Wyvern's Lair, which gives you real, you know, privileges. We want to make it a real thing, a real achievement for players that are able to, you know, to take off that milestone as part of their journey here on New Legacy, and also with us here at the Wyvern's Lair. So, because I'm super awkward, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off camera for the rest of this, but I'll be right back shortly. We are here for Rel. Rel, you entered the lair as a stranger and as one of the humble squires of the Wyvern's Lair, but your courage, strength, and deeds have set you apart. The knights of the lair have spoken. Yea, from emissary Izan. You seem a decent sort, and you seem to fit in well when you played, and should be a good fit. I agree. Yea, from Knight Argenbarger. He can't vouch for super recent history, because he assumes you've done most of your chatting in UO in the last couple of months when he wasn't around. But by the same deal as the last couple of votes, you definitely are a magnet for these been around forever folks who are also friendly. So I think there you go. You got Argenbarger's stamp of approval there. Yay from Knight Suzanne for surviving 4 adventures. Bonus points if Squire Rel uses the web client. Do you use the web client, Rel?
I actually do. Well, I have all the clients installed, so.
All right, then you're knighted twice over on Suzanne's account here. Yay from Knight John, saying, I haven't seen her in a long time, unless she's been using an alt. Clearly John has not spent too much time around you, Rel. Anyway,
Yeah.
she's one of the Shard's OGs. I agree. I feel like she may play more when Publish 2 is implemented. I'd go with a yay. So would I. Yay from Knight Tackernock. Rel is a knight as well. Yes, Rel is swell. Tackernock in his little, you know, his little rhyming games. We got a yay from Knight Wolfgamer. Looks like he's been poking around a bit and finally time to have him part of our squad. Yay from me. Of all the squires to have joined the Wyvern's Lair, as much as I liked you and what you represented for Ultima Online, the New Legacy community, and our guild, I was sure you would be the first to fall by the wayside in our long journey toward the Shattering. But despite the immense time difference between you and the rest of the guild, you never gave up, and over the months, when you could burn a late lamp, like tonight, you showed up and showed us why you were always meant to proudly bear the heraldry of the Wyvern's Lair in battle. For all these reasons and more, Rel, you stand before us now as a knight of the Wyvern's Lair, entrusted with upholding the honor of the guild and shaping the destiny of the Wyvern's Lair on the New Legacy shard of Ultima Online. Welcome to the Knights of the Lair, Rel.
Thank you very much. Happy to be a knight. happy to be a part of the community. I mean, I think I've always told you when we were chatting about this, but I started playing in '97 as well, and Ultima has always been about community for me. I mean, I can remember back to December of '97, and I think my first month of playing was probably spent practicing Majory in the East Brit Bank, just chatting with people. So
Cheers, Raul. Well, honestly, when we first came into contact, one of the things that I noticed is just how active you were, and I'm drawn to players like yourself who seem to have a strong point of view and a vision for this game and New Legacy. So I felt very fortunate that you wanted to spend your time here in New Legacy with us here at the Wyvern's Lair. And we got let's go from John. I agree. Welcome, Rel. All right, nighting's over. All the welcome to the guild officially. It's a night.
I wanted to make a request.
Oh, what's that?
When we onboard people, we need to have some sort of like hurrah or something. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, I agree with that. You want to lead us on that huzzah, Wolf Gamer?
Yeah, sure.
Let me give us a countdown.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Huzzah!
We'll work on it. Maybe
The
give me
night-
something else.
The Knights of Knee. Yeah.
Yeah, nice and neat.
Yeah. That was great. I do have a request for our guest Slurms. I don't know if you've had a chance to do this, Patrick, but let me go ahead and show you something very special here in our guild tower on the second floor. If you would join me here, we have this bulletin board. It is a chronicle of my own journey and now the guild's journey since day one of the New Legacy Shard. We've had some great players come and leave messages for us over the last several months, including Kyronix, the producer, and Parallax, the content designer, and along with many other great players. And I'd be so very honored if you guys were to sign this board before we head off this evening and get really busy, because I have learned from hard experience that that once things get going, we forget about this bulletin board. But I'd love to have your signatures here. So
it's Cat Girl.
Cat Girl, yeah. Is Cat Girl part of Cat? I haven't seen her in a moon, so wherever Cat Girl is, you're missed. All right, let us know when you guys are done, and then we can get the show on the road.
Got her. All done.
Nice.
Should be posted.
Very, very cool. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do a quick log in and log out because this is UO, and that's how you actually get your pet back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's such a funny workaround. Let me go ahead and.
No need for pet summoning balls or anything like that.
Nope, just log in and log out.
We go back on our horses. Beetles.
Manticore says pocket. Is Manticore happening? If so, then we can head out that way. Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's get a gate back to Moonglow.
Make sure you got plenty of bandages because you're gonna need them.
Sounds good. Oh, you're right. I gotta buy some bandages.
Yep.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Let me go ahead and get some bandages here.
I got 40 bandages. Did you want me to put them on the floor and you pick them up?
Oh no, I'll buy a lot more than that. Don't worry. You're gonna need a lot more than 40 bandages for Manticore. John and I had a fun challenge run when we kind of ended up with 0 bandages at the Manticore a couple of nights ago.
That sounds horrible, actually. I don't even know.
Oh, it was terrible when we both realized we were out.
Well, just in case anyone needs them, I've got like 430, so
Nice.
I don't assume I'm gonna go through them all.
All right.
Ooh, who joined?
That would be our emissary, the one and only Poison Ivy.
Hello.
Oh, how's it going, Ivy?
Hanging in there. How's everybody?
We're
Good,
happy to have you
good.
here, Ivy. How are you feeling? How are you and Rex? I know you guys have had a very tough week.
Yeah. We're hanging in there. Yeah. It's never easy.
Well, you know, this.
I miss
You
my
know,
fur baby.
oh gosh,
No.
I know. Blackjack. Ivy, it's entirely up to you if you want to pass in this. You're welcome to, but you know, I give every single, you know, guild member and guest a chance to sort of shine at the very top of these guild adventures. If you want to share anything about, you know, this past week, victories, defeats, losses, anything you might want to share to get off your chest, you're invited to do so. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and have a good time with us.
Nope, just hold on to your fur babies. Give them some extra love tonight for me.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Can you tell us a little bit about Blackjack? How long you had Blackjack, and you know what made you love him so much?
Well, he was actually a rescue. A neighbor a few doors down from us moved in the middle of summer on a, like 110-degree day. We were out walking, and he'd been around the neighborhood, but he was basically left in a box to bake when they left.
Mm.
So we gave him the best life we could for as long as we could. So that's all we could ask for.
Yeah, definitely.
How many years did you and Rex have Blackjack?
6.
6 good years. What a sweet kitty. You know what sweet you know, caretakers in the way of you and Rex there, and you know, I'm sending you all 3 of you big hugs, because Lord knows I'd be very remiss if I were to lose the evil Peach. The mighty Par.
He's
the
so
fence.
crazy looking. I love him.
Yeah.
It's we love our fur babies. Is it? I have a question. I'm sorry. Is it recruit RECRU or
RECDU, Suzanne?
RECDU?
Yep.
Oh, are we at a Manicore?
I think so. According to Pocted, Manticore is happening. So we're all sort of
Cool.
slowly making our way over there. Yeah.
Be on my way.
For those of you who don't know Poison Ivy, I doubt many of you don't, but for those of you who may not have met Poison Ivy before, she is our emissary here at the Wyvern's Lair, a pillar of our guild and a good friend of mine. So I'm glad you could make it, Ivy.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Click stay there.
Hopefully we can get a Manicore fight club going tonight.
Heck yeah. Speaking of UO Legends, is that Rex Rumble I see?
It is.
It is. Rex, you know what to do. You got to give us your usual intro, which I think is very similar to Patrick's here, actually. In many ways.
I forgot which building we get the quest from.
Hello?
I can hear you
Hi.
loud and clear, Rex.
Okay, I think I was half unplugged. What do you mean that's not the right password? Oh, okay. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment. I can't get the password to go in. This is not a good intro.
Hey, I'll take it.
A quest for Manti. It's up.
Is anyone nearby Suzanne by any
Dan,
chance?
follow me.
Okay. Yeah, follow
Sorry.
Ivy. Follow Ivy, Suzanne.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ivy.
All right. Oh wow, we're coming in hot. Don't forget to pull bars for your guildmates here. I got Patrick's just now. Patrick, have you done Manticore before?
I have not, and I'm going to stand in the back and watch.
There is no back.
There is no back.
Yeah, everything's a door zone in here.
Yeah. Well, but definitely get stuck in, and we'll call anything out that we feel you may need to hear. Oh, yeah, I got dismounted.
Like
by the way.
avoid white spikes on the ground.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I got your bars, Slurms. Let's
Rocks
see.
being flung in your face.
Following the barrels.
Yes, follow the barrels.
Jack.
I'll wait for you inside.
So I'm actually not the greatest when it comes to describing these legendary foe encounters. Does anyone want to unpack it a little bit for Patrick here? What we're facing off against?
Big mean lion thingies that want to bite your head off, and you just run around in circles and do your best to stay alive. And occasionally hit them.
So
Got your blade spirits and run.
yes. So the Manticore is one of the more complex encounters. So I'm going to ask everyone here on the Discord voice chat to keep, sidebar chatter to an absolute minimum. If you need a heal, call it out. Use your character name so we can spot you. And if you need a res, also call that out too. Should you go down in combat? If you are able to get that res to that player, please, own that res. So, for example, if Patrick goes down on his character, you Patrick, I'd say William's got a res for you, Patrick.
Sounds good.
Is Geifka your beetle?
Yes, yes, that is my beetle.
He likes to park in oncoming traffic.
So this encounter does have a couple of phases to it, right?
Yeah.
How would you
Yeah,
describe those phases? Yeah.
The first phase is Harika and Torst to 50%. Then the second phase is they both cycle in for about 25%. They'll both dive bomb, one at a time. So it's only one each in these phases. Then they both go back up, and 3 or 4 cyclones spawn, which do AoE lightning to everyone in the area. So you got to kill those as fast as possible. And then after you kill the cyclones, they will then each dive bomb in, and you'll have both of them for their last 20% or so of their life. So it's several phases, dive bombing all the way, and don't stand by the rocks that they spawn when they dive bomb in, because they will explode.
Thank you, Slurms. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. And towards the end of the encounter, you really are trying to defeat Eureka and Torch at the same time. If one goes down before the other, the surviving Manticore will rage, which will get, quite a significant buff. So players try to time bringing them down as close together as they can.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Hey, there we go. There's Rex. Heals on William. Oh my gosh, heals on William. Where's Deathman? Oh, there it is. Got Suzanne's bars. Ooh, Suzanne's not looking good. Heals on Suzanne.
Oh, no.
Heals on Suzanne.
Heals on me.
Oh, it's heals on Suzanne if you can manage it. I got Suzanne. Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, let me look out. I got John, Captain Insano. I really wish John was on shampoo, but I'll take it. Oh no. I'm telling you, pets have a hard time surviving this encounter.
Yeah, they just get so much damage gets done to them. Yeah, absolutely.
Got Ivy's bars.
The heals on Suzanne.
Yep, heals on Suzanne, real quick. Thank you. I refuse to fight without my freaking Ember Wing. There we go. What do we got here? Is that Eureka? Yep.
Oh no, I need healing again. Dang it. I'm trying to attack on Eureka.
I suggest stay on healing duty as much as you can, Suzanne. And watch out. Hawk says frontal cone AoE bleed. Easier if made to stand at the back of the mantis. There you go. So make sure you're kind of facing the back of these manticores if you can, Suzanne.
Okay, where am I? I don't know where I am. Ah, there I am. Dang.
You know, this is wild.
Yeah, I got Rex. Rex Bars, wow. You're being mean to Deathwing here. Rory made it. Thank you for being here, Rory.
Heals on William.
Cyclone should be coming.
Good call.
Oh, damn. Can I get a res? Up top and below, possibly.
Gotcha.
I got Jack Sparrow. Got me.
Okay. On the Cyclones. Oh, just kidding. Get him. Heals on Captain Insano. There we go. Perfect.
What happened to your life thing?
I'm
There
still
it
up.
is.
I'm still up. I'm looking a little damaged, but where's Deathwing? Oh, Deathwing's
Oh, heals on Suzanne.
Good evening.
Hey,
Y'all
Rory.
out PvPing?
No, we're doing Manticore. Glad you could join us this evening.
I'm dead.
Res
Oh,
for Suzanne.
I can
don't know how to
do.
I don't know how to get into war mode.
You bring up your paper doll,
Tab.
Suzanne. Yeah, tab.
Mm-hmm.
Tab or W. One of the two should work. There you are. Okay, I got you.
Why isn't Deathwing healing here? Oh, it's because it's not damaged. It's a bug. All right, target should be Torst. Get on Torst if you can. Let's bring down Torst a little bit here.
Great, where's my corpse?
Switch to Erica.
Okay, switching to Eureka.
Oh, how do I get out of war mode?
Press tab again. Oh yeah. Good. It should die at the same time. Close to it.
Wait, shift and tab?
Just tab, I think.
Am I
Tab
still
or
in war
W.
mode?
Open up your character doll, click on character, and then you should be able to find War and Peace there.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
there you go.
Okay.
Is that it? Is that the encounter?
Yep, all done.
Heck yeah. I don't know if I got credit for that. Let's take a look. Did I get credit for Manticore?
I would assume you should.
How do I do this with this new web client? Find that kind of quest.
So you would go into your guild tab, Suzanne, also on your paper doll, and there you'd claim it. I think the reason why I didn't get credit is because Ron and I and John did this within this past 24 hours. But GG team, that was a good Manticore. No, come on, Slurms. No. I got plenty of wings. Give it to someone else.
No, give them to your newbies.
Okay, all right, fine. You can go ahead and get that trade going with me again.
Move out of the way though, because there's a lot of people.
Sure. There you go. Thank you, Slurms. That's very generous of you. We'll put this for the roll off next week. Appreciate that. Thank you, Slurms.
Mhm.
All right, we're out. We can get back. The floor is open for conversation. Patrick, tell me about your New Legacy impressions and journey so far. I know that you actually haven't been spending too much time in New Legacy. Can you share with us why that's been for you as a content creator? Is it because you bounced off New Legacy a little bit and you feel like your time is better spent on production? I'm curious where your thoughts are on that.
Oh, that's a tough one. So I look at it like this. When World of Warcraft came out with WoW Classic, I played a little bit, but it wasn't really what I wanted or what I needed from World of Warcraft. So it wasn't really something I got into. New Legacy is very similar to me. I prefer the old Ultima Online. I prefer just the way things are. Like I'm one of those players that, had I posted on the forum about it, I would have been like, oh, no one asked for this. Get off my lawn, like one of those guys. But in the long run, it's something that's fun for me to fiddle around on, but I just haven't quite got the urge to want to spend a lot of time here. I feel like there's still so much more for me to do on just Sonoma, just let alone trying to balance New Legacy as well.
Yeah, that's it's really well said. I do think that the way New Legacy is set up, it rewards players who spend a lot of time on New Legacy. So you really kind of just have to make a choice, about where you spend your time as a player. And I personally like the fact that New Legacy rewards players who do spend their time here. But yeah, it's a choice that I think Ultima Online players frequently have to make. And certainly if you have like an ARC event going on in production, I could definitely see why that would be more exciting for a lot of players to be there, rather than where New Legacy has been for the last several months.
Well, I will tell you, hanging out with you guys and seeing this little event and just seeing what's going on here, and on my stream the other day, I took a little tour and was checking things out. I definitely feel like I need to spend more time here, but I feel like right now my life's so chaotic and a mess that there's no chance it's happening right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. John says, Ivy, could I trouble you for a Swamp Dragon when you have free time, no rush? And Ivy, of course. Says, of course. There we go.
Oh, is that what OFC means? I thought the F meant something else entirely.
Gotcha. I will say, for those of us who are off mic, please look out for our guild members and guests who are over there in the in-game chat. I may miss them between everything going on for the stream and the game. So thank you. I appreciate you guys looking out for people like John. Why is John in AFK? He should not be there. John, I put you back into the the keep for the guild adventure.
It might be because if you're not talking, it kind of like throws you in there, I think.
Oh, true. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome back, John. Just hang out here so you can hear us. Keep you plugged into what's happening.
Hey, I got a mounted head. Do you want that?
Who's that?
It's Patrick. Oh, I got
Patrick.
a mounted head of Torched. I don't
ha-
have any use for that.
You hang. I mean, are you sure it's a deco? That's something you can bring back to production. I'd say hang on to it. That's a little memento of your time here on New Legacy, Patrick.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Especially because you haven't spent a lot of time here on New Legacy. A drop like that's exciting, I feel.
I agree. I just didn't want to hoard it, and I wanted to offer it to, like, you full-time players, but I will gladly take my pixel crack.
My friend, take that pixel crack and run home with it.
Speaking of running home, rib dinner is ready. Roommate's turn to cook tonight, so I got to go pig out. I appreciate you bringing me along on this little adventure, and I'll tell you what, if I get my act together here on New Legacy, I'd love to join you for more.
Patrick, it was such a pleasure, and really, as I said right at the top of the stream, thank you for everything you've done as a content creator to represent Ultima Online in the OSI community. You're an OG, and I've been following your content for years, and I'm enjoying it. And you said that something about to the fact that you're kind of a little raw and rough around the edges, and I think that's why people love you. So keep being you. Don't change.
Hey, thank you so much. You guys have an epic night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Take care. Epic Loot Gaming Adventurers. There we go.
Have a good one, man. Yep.
Yeah, take care.
It's funny too, cause I've known him from like years back too.
There's no one else.
I was like, man, what the heck? I was like, Epic Loot Gaming. I was like, why does that sound familiar? I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I have a question. What's the return thing you put on the
Rexu? RECSU, Suzanne.
RE
CSU.
CSU.
Yeah. There you go. John says, nice meeting you, Patrick. I agree. It was really, really exciting to meet Patrick. I'm so glad, we got connected, and hopefully we'll have more shenanigans with Patrick in the future. Patrick, for some reason, reminds me a lot of you, Rex, with kind of like that, I don't know, that attitude. And that opening line about, I forget how Patrick does it, and you do it too for that matter, but it's great. John says, you guys want to do CD? Of course we want to do CD. Everyone who's climbing out of Papua and the Lost Lands, let's go ahead and meet at the Moonglow Moongate. I think Ivy could probably arrange a gate for us to Crimson. So let's all get together here. Rory, are you with us?
Yep, I'm actually running to the dungeon right now, and I can throw up a gate.
Okay, I think Ivy's got a gate for us. We got Suzanne, we got Rex, we got Rel here, myself. John, I believe, is on his way. Probably. Blocked.
Yeah, I was trying to trade you some leggings.
And what is this one?
BM. You get that trade.
Oh, there we go. Bone leggings of invulnerability. Are you sure you want to give this to me, Rel?
Yeah, they're non-mettable.
Okay, I'll put them into the guild roll-off for later.
Bone leggings should be mettable. But
Bone leggings are mettable, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a Pinko error.
Do you want them back, given the fact that they are mettable?
No, I got other invulnerability. I got 2 pairs on that.
Okay. I missed the gate, Ivy, but it's no problem. I'll be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, as I like to say.
Oh, do I leave my mount outside the cave?
No, you can bring your mount.
Yeah, bring him on in.
Yeah. Crimson Dragon doesn't dismount. I usually like to leave my mount behind if I know the legendary foe we're facing dismounts, just because it's such a headache when that happens.
Oh, so this is the Crimson Dragon. Okay.
And 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. That's what I said. Ivy.
Someone did pull it, so it is active.
Yeah.
When you come down.
Okay, good to know. Haven't heard that idiom. A brace of shakes, if you will, if you like, says Rex.
Well, you never heard that one?
No.
A brace of shakes?
No, I have not. Oh, it's the Crimson AoE. Oh yeah, I gotta get my freaking. Speaking of Crimson Dragon, let me get my Emberling. Do a quick log in and log out.
No, that's not what I want. Nope, that's not what I want.
There we go. Deathwing here. Deathwing is here. Get Red Crimson. Got Rui's bars. Wow, we're burning through Crimson. Crimson is another legendary foe where you should keep voice chat to an absolute minimum. Heals on William. Heals on William. Still taking a lot of damage here. Heals on William, please.
Looking for your bar.
I'm using greater heal. Fine.
There we go. Thank you. Good job, Team TWL. You're doing a great job, Suzanne. Heals on William. Oops, I got wrecked.
Go?
I got wrecked. It's okay. William's heading up top for a res. Thanks, Tay-Tay. Appreciate it. There we go. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead. Leave me alone. There we go. Yay, GG team. Well fought. Don't forget to claim your quest objective for down in Crimson. Anyone get anything spicy?
What?
Perseverance.
I can't believe I went down again.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if this is right, but your health bar showed before.
Oh gosh, what a noob.
That passive fire, man. That thing
Dude,
is
I thought I was outside
gnarly.
the fire field.
Where you at?
I'm up top, like an
All
idiot.
right, I got you.
There you go.
Oh.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Sheesh. Elite Ultima Online player here. Layers ins. Looking at a UO permanoob. Thank you very much, folks. There we go. Just the macro working. All right. Let's go ahead and pick up my bodies. Well, that was exciting. Did anyone get any uniques off of Crimson?
Not I.
Nada. I still will forever be grateful for the pure gold ingots that showed up in your pack a few months ago, Ivy, and you handing it to me for my Emberwing here. I will not forget that generosity anytime soon. That was definitely remains a really exciting moment for myself as a player. All right, everyone, head outside the Crimson Dragon Cave, our Destard, and Ivy will get us a gate, I guess. Let's head over to the Guild Tower, Ivy. Let's all get together there. Okay.
Wait, which portal do we go through, or does it matter?
It does matter. Go through the one that Poison Ivy puts up for you, Suzanne. Yeah, the one that Poison Ivy's by.
I'm stuck. I went to Moonglow. I'm sorry. It's okay. I got like 5 guild quests or something like that.
Heck yeah! Good job. Good job, Suzanne.
So I think that's a good time to stop, maybe.
Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'll catch up with you next week. I've been really busy this week for all kinds of different reasons. One of them is me working on this interview with Raph Koster and Chironics. That's been taking up a lot of my free time. So as soon as I wrap that up, which hopefully will be early next week, I'll be a little bit more present in on New Legacy. So just give me a holler and we'll jump on and get some adventures under our belt. Sounds good?
That sounds perfect.
Okie dokes.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. And I just think it's just, I think it's just best that since I took the wrong portal,
I like you.
There were like 5 things in the guild quest thing that I could click on. I said, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
All right, everyone, go ahead and park your pets in Zeke's parking lot here. We have another nighting this evening. Go ahead and park your pets, and then I guess we're gonna join us up at the bar like usual. Wolf, are you hanging strong with us? You been keeping up?
Oh, I've kind of been on my own. I've been fighting zombies.
What? How come you're not with us?
I got lost.
Oh, you should have said something.
Well, then I got to doing a quest, and then I felt bad because you guys are already like running.
All right, let's
So
get.
I was like, it's okay.
Let's get Wolf Gamer back with us. Are you able to get to Moonglow?
I'm on the was it Dagger Isle? But I can get back. Yeah, let me just.
Sure. Let us know. Let us know when you're there, and we'll get you linked up with us. Sorry about the layers ins there in the Stygian Abyss. Epic Games says I'm watching from death. It's much safer. Okay. Sounds good, Epic. And then we got my traveling gypsy tarot. Welcome to the Stygian Abyss. My traveling gypsy tarot. And Crimson does dismount. I did not know that, Pock did. All right, Wolf, hang on one second. We'll be right with you in a second. Again, because I'm really awkward about this, I'm going to hop off mic really quick. And Rory, are you with us here at the Guild Tower?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ruri, you entered the lair as a stranger and as one of the humble squires of the Wyvern's lair. But your courage, strength, and deeds have set you apart, just like Rel here. The knights of the lair have spoken. Yea, from emissary Poison Ivy, you seem legit. Yea, from Knight Argymbarger, seems like a nice and respectful person, and anyone non-toxic who has been around since the game came out feels like a pretty obvious yes. I agree. Yea, from Knight Suzanne for surviving 4 guild adventures. Yea, from Knight Tay-Tay McCrae. Ruri's a kind and respectful player, and I think they would be a great addition to the Knights of the Wyvern's Lair. Couldn't agree more, Tay-Tay. Yea, from Knight John John. I haven't hung with him too much in game, but I've seen him at guild adventures. Yea, from Knight Tackernach. They've been around a while. A veteran in the lair must surely become knighted. Yea, from Knight Wolf Gamer. Ruri is my favorite Ruri. Of course, yea. Looks to be involved in the Discord a lot and holds a good soul. I appreciate that, Wolf. Yea, from myself. Like many of our guild members, you have a rewarding career in social life and sometimes miss out on our guild adventures for weeks at a time, Ruri, and that's perfectly fine. We're a casual, family-style guild that supports guild members with busy lives. When you can make it, you're a joy to game with, and you will make a good knight for the lair. For all these reasons and more, you stand before us now as the Knight of the Wyvern's Lair, Ruri, entrusted with upholding the honor of the guild and shaping the destiny of the Wyvern's Lair on the new legacy shard of Ultima Online. Welcome to the Knights of the Lair, Ruri. Good to have you here.
Awesome. Gonna make me cry.
You ready for that, huzzah? Yes, go give us that count, Wolf.
3, 2, 1.
Hip, hip,
Huzzah!
hooray!
We'll have to do something different.
Yeah, it's good.
It could be like, what was it, Goonies or Revenge of the Nerds, with like, one of us, one of us.
Which was totally from the 1931 movie Freaks, directed by Todd Browning.
Freaks, that's what it
I
was.
love
Freaks.
that you know
Thank
that.
you.
I love that you know that, because that is
Gabba
one of the things
Gabba, we
people don't
accept
get.
you, we accept you, one of us, which the Ramones would then later use in the song Pinhead. Go ahead, ask me another question.
The gooble gobble, gooble gobble.
Mm-hmm. And then later, there was a show on like Nickelodeon called Gabba Gabba Hey, which was based on the Ramones, which the Ramones took from Freaks. But, you know, I love that movie, by the way. Freaks. Great movie.
Speaking of Freaks, let me see if Epic Loot Gaming, that absolute legend, left us a message here on the bulletin board. We got one from Slurms McKenzie saying, the original party worm. Slurms McKenzie has enjoyed the journeys with Wyvern and his crew. Appreciate that, Slurms. The party worm, I like that. We got New Patrick saying, Woot, Epic Loot Gaming was here for the fun. Appreciate that. All right. Oops, I went through a portal by accident. I guess we meant to put down this portal. I'm here at Moonglow.
Sorry, that was my journey.
I can come back. I got a rune book. I'm good. Cool.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, yeah, we still got a little time. The night's still young, so let's see what else we can do in the way of legendary foes. Does anyone have eyes on the next boss here?
Oh, can I ask, as a newbie? I have a lot of questions, but the one I have is, what decides the next boss for everyone?
That's a great question. I'll let someone. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Each boss, the 3 primaries, are Ice, Therion, Titan Weave, Spider, and Solon Matriarch. All 3 of those have a 30-minute to a 90-minute respawn time. Then you have Crimson Dragon, who we just killed, and Velara have a 60-minute to 2-hour timer. So normally it'll fall within a general rotation, whichever one kind of started at the beginning of the day, and you'll have small flip-flops depending on where they are. However, they are forced to spawn at the end of their timer. So if, say, Crimson Dragon hasn't spawned for...
Could we get a gate to Spider real quick? Go ahead.
Yeah, an hour and 50 minutes, you know that within the next 10 minutes Crimson will be there, so people will start piling in and knowing because of the timer from the last time. It's not the easiest to always have, but once you've been on for an hour or two, the rotation continues, and you'll do 3 of the lessers, which are Titan, Ice, and Solon. You'll do those 2 rotations, and then you'll have Crimson and Vey. And then whenever anyone has any resources, Manticore, which is every, I think it's between 2 and 3 hours that it's spawned. But I'm not 100% sure on Manticore because I don't have resources to go check, so I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So do you have that memorized?
Like
And
about 2 hours.
Ivy, I'm with the crew, so to speak.
Okay, I just want to make sure you were at Titan Weave.
Appreciate that, Ivy.
I think it was maybe John. John helped me out. I got me to the guild, and I got through the red portal.
There you go.
Yay!
I got
Figured
your
it out.
Yay!
I will one day have a really cool dragon.
Yes, absolutely. I know who I'm going to be hitting up if I'm ever going to do a script for guides for New Legacy, Slurms.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, I couldn't have more eloquently or lucidly laid that out for you if I wanted to, Wolf. So yeah, all these legendary foes are on something of a timer. All right, let's see. There's Titan Weave. What are we working with? We got poison right away.
How'd I see Big Booty Judy on her? That's hilarious.
Heals on Wolf Gamer, thank you. Fenrir, sorry. Fenrir Nocturne. Yeah.
I got some bandages.
GG team, well done. Good
Man,
Titan Weave.
Did that real quick.
Titan Weave is squishy. Titan Weave tends to go down pretty quick if you got a good number of players. So Slurms, because you're not going to be able to join us for that podcast discussion tomorrow, talking about that recent dev chat we had with Chironics and Parallax, I'm curious as to get your thoughts on where we're at with New Legacy and, you know, where you think Broadsword needs to go from here to just ensure the health of the player population of the Shard. Because I think one thing that's indisputable is that it's been pretty much, for the most part, 6, 8 months of the same dailies. I'm going to refer to the legendary foes as dailies. Along with the dungeon outposts, and really not much else to keep players sort of like, you know, creatively engaged, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and so I have a little bit of a different take on it just from my background and stuff with education and keeping kids engaged and stuff like that is, you know, we're all just big kids. We're playing a game. Right. We're looking to make sure that we have that dynamic, the psychology behind how do you keep people here.
Right.
I still go back and I look at the point system that they put in is the only reason that New Legacy still has players. So I look at that and go, how do you have the dynamic of this system in the game to make sure that it's not an overly complicated. The quest system is obviously one of the most complicated systems that they have currently in the game. So saying that adding more quests, doing this, that, or the other becomes an incredibly difficult task to try to implement without a large team. And I think everyone knows that the Broadsword team is not a very large team of creators working on UO or New Legacy for that matter. It's a small group of people who are dedicated towards their specific field that they were assigned to. So I look at stuff where it can be immediately ported, assets that already exist. So look at, as just because Loot mentioned it earlier with the gray shards and stuff like that, you have automatic timer systems. We see that with our champ spawns. We see that some of the gray shards use automatic timers for PvP events. The bag ball, the stuff that people might be familiar with, capture the flag. And I think that the automatic timer events are something that they can port in and bring in pretty quickly that create a environment of, I need to be on at X time in order to complete Y task. Right now, you kind of only have the time things with the champ spawns. So with regard to the champ spawns, those are kind of a losing proposition as people want to PvP and kind of disrupt.
Hold on 1 second, Slurms. Ivy,
yeah,
Gil, TWL rally at the Moonglow Moongate, and Ivy, could you arrange a portal to Vey for us? Back over to you, Slurms.
So I looked at the whole dynamic from how do you keep people engaged, and seeing that the point system was a huge success. Yeah. Seeing that the point system was a huge success, I think that they have to do something more with that. And I think they are. I believe they said that they are coming out with another system that does rely on point. So I think that that's a huge bonus. It'll just be, what is the engagement factor that will get the points? Is it going to be something that's going to be days in between points? Is it going to be something where, your weeks in between? Currently, the capped at 20 per week. So it incentivizes people to log in for a day or two, get their 20 points, and then stay logged off. And that's kind of been my whole thing, is where's the engagement daily? So I hope that this brings people in, and as they catch up on their points, make a new character, they now have to get 400 legendary points, so they'll be more engaged day after day versus the people who have been here forever and are already capped out. So those are the things that I think that they have to look at, is being able to port stuff over that they've already used, but maybe reskin it. You already had the Pied Piper, you have this stuff that already exists on regular shards, and they could utilize a little bit more of those, turn them into different style of events that aren't just PvP centric. And I think you'd get the player. I think you'd get more people there, more stuff to do, and it doesn't have to be new stuff. You don't have to bring in Stygian Abyss stuff. You don't have to bring in High Sea stuff. You don't have to bring in those dungeons. But I think what they do is they have to have something that keeps the player to engage, and without splitting the population hard. Because as Epic Loot just said, hard to distinguish between, or hard to figure out time between Sonoma and New Legacy. So you also have to be, where's the time going to be appropriate to be able to implement this stuff for the people like me who haven't played in 20 years and came back to New Legacy, and the people who are enfranchised and who have been there. And it's a hard thing. I have no idea how they're going to do it, but I do think that they need to keep doing stuff up, because I'm someone who goes out and looks for collapsed houses, the in danger of collapsing, and I'll look, and you can tell that people haven't been refreshing their houses month after month with just the 14 quests they have to do. So they're not getting that stuff engaged. So I think if they did basic stuff like that, just bringing in stuff people already were familiar with, I think you'd get the engagement from the people who are on the production shards a little bit more. Because I don't think you're going to pull from the gray shards as easily as you think without a lot of the heavy PvP stuff. Because if you look at what some of the big shards are, they kind of go around the PvP events, the capture the flags and stuff like that. And I'm not sure they're ready to do that yet on something like New Legacy. So I know I said a lot of nothing, but some stuff in there.
That was a lot of good stuff there, Slurms, and I think you make some good points. Rel says guilty, but my house is tied to my crafter. In we go. Let's go for Vey. Let's take on Vey here. Yeah, no, those are some great suggestions. I suspect Slurms, you know, to the additional point vendor. Going back to our conversation with developers, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to that, but there's
Oh yeah, I listened to it.
Well, there's a very good chance that vendor will be tied to PvP for New Legacy. It'll be a PvP reward vendor.
Yeah, my only fear for that is that it's open field PvP and not an event-based PvP, which then would incentivize to ruin champ spawns, and that I'm scared of. Because
Right.
you don't want to run away people that are here for the PvM events.
Yeah, I have no inside knowledge as to what that vendor will be there for, but I strongly suspect, again, this is just speculation on my part, but I speculate that it's going to be tied to the Dungeon Outpost, which we checked out a couple of nights ago. Tay here, John, myself, along with Elroy and Koala. We had a great time with Cool checking out the Dungeon Outpost system, and it's it is exactly as you said. It is an opt-in, consensual PvP system, unlike the champion spawns, which you flagged as a concern for a certain profile of Ultima Online player.
Yeah, and I think that engagement, I think, is kind of the thing that they are lacking, and that's we'll pull from the Grey Shards. As you said, I think that that's what has attracted them there, and that's how you can attract them back.
I also think another very important piece, aside from just broadening out the number of legendary foes on offer, deepening the Dungeon Outpost PvP system. Those are two easy ways to boost, I think, player activity on New Legacy. I think a really important part of that is they've been on record that for now they don't have an event moderator, or will not have an event moderator for New Legacy. But I do think that Broadsword does need to have something in the way of a monthly mini event, if you will, similar to an EM event, to keep players, to give players something more to do other than just legendary foes and.
Like the old Seer events. I don't know if anyone played back in '98 and stuff, but the Seers were very active.
Do you remember that, Ivy?
Yes, I was
What are they?
Remember?
I have no idea what these Seer events are about. Wow.
Assistants, volunteers to help run events on servers.
Rex Rumble, how about that penicillin? Jeez, Valara we took care of Valara in record time.
And once again, no credit.
Hey, Wyron, this
Yo.
was the first guild battle I've ever been to. This boss, I remember this.
It's a cool boss.
Yeah.
You didn't get credit for this, Rex?
Nah, she's still mad about college.
Ah.
Bay does have an issue with the amount of damage you do, because the way it triggers, so you do have to deal damage to the portals to try to get a high enough damage count, because otherwise it will slide your damage all the way into the 0.00%, and then you won't get credit. It's a weird thing. She's one of the only ones, because the portals count for credit for her distribution.
There you go. I had no idea. Slurms with the knowledge drop. Cool. We're getting through the legendary foes in record time. I have left on my thing here. Oh, I missed the Slade Legendary Manticore. It's interesting. It's still there. Solon Matriarch and the Icemancer. And then Garthok, obviously. Ivy, you got a gate for us going back to the guild tower? Unless we got to be somewhere for the... There we go. Guild tower. Portals up, courtesy of Ivy here. This has been a great night. Epic Loot Gaming, pleasure connecting with him. And of course, I'm really excited to have two knights join our ranks, Rel and Rory. Checking Solon, thanks John. Appreciate you. Try and use the guild chat if you can, John, because I don't catch a lot of that global chat stuff when I'm streaming. Heading back here. Appreciate that. Yeah, the guild chat, comes up for me clear as day. All right. While you're checking Solon. I guess I can check Ice, unless anyone has some information about Ice that should know about here.
Yeah, I can open the door.
Solon up. There we go. All right, guys, gather around Poison Ivy and wait for a gate to Solon. There we go. Gates up. So yeah, I really think that's the other piece of it, Slurms. We do need these sort of like mini events, at least one per month, to I think incentivize higher player activity on New Legacy.
Yeah.
In addition to, of course, ARC events, which this shard deserves. It deserved more than it's going to get this season, I think.
It is the first time that they're trying to experiment with it, so I definitely give them a little bit of grace. I appreciate them trying it. I wouldn't be playing right now if this didn't exist. I have no interest really in the production shards. And I do like the way that this is kind of going along. I like the more RPG style, kind of on rails, but not on rails. It's relaxing. It's not quite original UO, but it's a good mix of kind of getting people back into it.
Yeah, I fully agree. And I think the other part, along what you expressed there, is the fact that we can look forward to a dynamic experience that changes from season to season, keeping things fresh for players like ourselves. And I think that was the other really big part of it for myself as, someone who's been long interested in Ultima Online, was ensuring, that I wasn't sort of choosing to spend my time in a static museum as far as content and experiences, go.
Yeah, I think that they can look at like games like Diablo and stuff and see, because I mean that's what happened with Age of Shadows. I mean, they looked at the popularity of Diablo and made adjustments and said, hey, people like these dungeons, people want these kind of content, and so they've drawn from it in the past. So I think if they look at kind of like what makes seasonal content unique for action RPGs, and kind of cater to that, like, hey, this is a really powerful weapon that you can get here, but then it disappears before it goes to production, so you don't mess with production, but you let people enjoy here. I think it will get a lot of engagement where you might otherwise not have it, because you get something special and unique that is for a limited time. I think that's a thing that they don't have here right now, is the limited time factor, because they didn't want to kind of spoil it. But I think as they go on, I think that would be something that they could explore and give borrowed power and, go ham with.
Worms, I'm gonna miss you tomorrow on our group discussion here. Many of the people who are here tonight will be part of that discussion. Poison Ivy here, Rel, hopefully Tay McRae. We got a lot of great players who will be, part of that discussion. But I think you actually made a great point, something that I've been thinking about too. As soon as we learned that equipment will almost certainly not be moved over to production, I thought exactly as you did. If that's the case, why don't they get out of their comfort zone and out of their, bounds of conservatism, and give like certain class archetypes capstone weapons to pursue? Whether you're a warrior or a ranger or a mage, that might be overtuned for production.
Yeah, give them incentives. And you could even have solo bosses. You unlock this boss when you have this, and there's your once a week thing. Once a week you can go fight this boss. And, that's not too hard to trigger. They already have locked stuff on the quests. We see for the 7-day quests. So they've done that. And it's just something they can explore and do more with. But as I said, they gotta see how popular it is. I understand the experiment where they're at right now.
Man, we're just these lesser legendary foes. We're putting them through the paces, TWL. Proud of us. And I also want to welcome Knight Elroy. I'm so glad you were able to join us, Elroy. I know that you're off mic. If you do want to say hello, please, greet us over there in the guild chat. I'll be sure to read it out on stream. There we go. Hello. Any highlights from your week, Elroy? Whether in the real worlds or in game, do you want to share with us? I know that you and Ivy are coordinating a good time to get together to obtain your juvenile manticore pets. Glad that's happening. Thank you, Ivy, for reaching out to Elroy about that and putting that into motion. Slurms, I don't know if you'd heard about this. I'm pretty sure you might not have, since you're not part of the guild here, but Elroy obtained some pure gold ingots several weeks ago and was like, you know what, I'm going to put this up for a guild roll-off. I mean,
that's really generous to the guild. I think that's what makes guilds great, and I think that's one thing that keeps your community live. You know, one reason why I try to participate when I can, because you're doing some good things here, man. It's nice to see in the community.
I appreciate that. I appreciate Elroy most especially. Elroy says, finished playing the Fire Emblem game I mentioned before. Excited to finally play the sequel after. Okay, looks like Elroy's going hard in the paint for Fire Emblem. Great game series, by the way. All these years, but I'll hold off a little bit before I do that. Sounds good, Elroy. By the way, I don't, this isn't a conversation between just Slurms and myself. If any of you have thoughts here about what we're talking about, throw in. Rel, any idea from yourself about what you think the developers could be doing to increase player activity and engagement here, and just seeing our player neighborhoods fill back out again and return New Legacy to a position of greatness?
I mean, I agree with the whole point system. I think when they added that, it breathed a lot of life into the server. For a while there, I think for like a month or so, it was kind of hit or miss whether the server was gonna really last. But I think after they added that point system, it really helped out.
Oh yeah, that was very impressive. That agility, that was very impressive.
Yeah, and I agree. I think they should probably cut loose a little bit and kind of try stuff that they otherwise wouldn't be able to do.
Rally around Poison Ivy, and Ivy, when we got our crew here, feel free to put up a gate to back to the guild tower. Go ahead, Ral.
I was just saying I agree that I feel like they should cut loose on this. They should like kind of throw caution to the wind and try some new methods of breathing life into the game. I feel like they actually kind of have the perfect test bed. It's kind of like it's not as, I guess, deep, I don't think, as production. Like, I think going back into production, sometimes it's a little overwhelming to kind of catch up with what is meta, so to speak. And I feel like New Legacy kind of flattened out the meta and made it a lot easier for people who are returning to get back into the game.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I also feel like that kind of opens up it opens up the playing field for them to also like branch away from what is production and try different things.
I think you're on the right train of thought. I think the more New Legacy can be strange and weird and different from production, the more it will incentivize veteran production players to have at least a foothold on New Legacy during the season, right? So I think you're absolutely correct about that. Cheers to John on that perfect staff. Do you want to quickly share it with me? I would love to take a look at it on stream, John. And yeah, I agree, Wolf. Carolina Reaper for Ivy's Emberwing. The best name ever for a dragon. So in terms of legendary foes, I think we just have Icemancer. Pocket says, I want them to try some really wild stuff on New Legacy. I agree, and I think that they can get away with that. Pocket, as long as they test it out and believe it won't drive away. Your typical UO player, but absolutely, I think it's a great sandbox for the developers to experiment and take risks that they can't do on production.
I also feel like coming from Path of Exile, I don't know if anyone else here plays Path of Exile, but coming from that, like the developers really give the players something to kind of chase after, and sometimes the power creep can completely break the game, but the seasons in Path of Exile kind of let it, it's a reset, so the power creep may go crazy for certain classes, but at the end of the season, it resets and they change skills or they add new items that completely changes the way that the next season will play. But generally, there's been hit or miss seasons with Path of Exile, but a lot of them are just a lot of fun because
That's a great point.
Of the mechanics
Garthok
that they add.
Okay, gotcha. That gate's for Garthok. Head in, folks. Yeah, I hadn't even.
Kind of interesting to see. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
I was just going to say, housing has always been a integral part, and I know that at the end of the season, it's going to be gone. But if like they had the additions, like the chicken coop, or some of those things that you get add on to your house, if you're a warrior class or whatever, something a little different for the housing, maybe that would. Because, you can go get all the weapons, you can get the Ember Wings, but if there was another avenue that you couldn't spend points to or whatever, I think that might be a little different.
You talking about, like, unique rewards for housing on production on New Legacy? Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, like, just additions to the housing, to your house.
I agree. I think that would be another powerful incentive for a lot of production players to make sure that they get that, during the season.
My big thing is the guild. Sorry to cut you off. I think
go ahead.
Speaking of that, it's the guild housing. It's the making sure it's the community and I think that the Wyvern's Lair, your guild house, standing alone and not having and I'll harp on this every time just because I think it's so important that they hear it, they understand that, is that your guild members should have residency around your tower. And the fact that they separated the guild housing from the regular housing, I think prevented that. And I hope that they take that going forward as we want a community and we want to be able to build around it and something like that. I think that will be a build-up in the future. And I hope they go that direction for guilds.
That's a great shout. Absolutely. Especially if they want to, like, continue with how difficult it is to advance in the guild system. Like, fair enough, but at the very least, open it up for guild members to place around the guild tower, right?
Absolutely.
Because it's pretty lonely, these guild towers where they are for the most part, especially intrinsic.
And they're a trophy that your guild helped earn.
Right.
Yes. Like that's the thing, is they're a trophy. They're there. They should be rewarding. They should be something that the guild kind of musters around.
Yeah.
You're one of the only people where like that's the thing where you're mustering around it. You're bringing focus to it. Everyone else, it's just an extra house, and it means nothing really.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and I think you actually expressed this in the New Legacy Discord before, Slurms, that you felt like the way it's implemented, it's kind of disappointing for guild members. I mean, I think you said something to the effect that, like, it's like only the guild leaders get to sort of, I don't know, experience that kind of expanded housing in New Legacy, which is a fair point,
I don't mind the not having expanded housing. I just want it to be a sense of community. They wanted that for New Legacy. Build your legacy. Well, the guild is part of that legacy.
Right.
The fact that out here in front of ice, there's whoever's tower that is. It sits alone. That's lonely.
Absolutely. I agree. Pocton says the housing race on New Legacy Day 1 is one of my favorite aspects. Excited for it in Japan New Legacy. Of course, Pocton's heading there. And John says, great point on the guild housing slurms. Yeah, definitely a very good point. Kaz, who I believe is the guild leader of Friday Night Hunt, Catskills Friday Night Hunt here on New Legacy, also really strongly pushed for neighborhood housing for guilds, slurms. So it's not just you. I think a lot of New Legacy players see the value for it for both guild members and just guild communities in general.
And I hope it does. I think that's a great thing they have here. The community that's built up because of people like you bringing people together. Me sitting on here with you guys. Not part of your guild. You've welcomed me in, and building the community across the bridge. And I think that that's so important here. And I think they should capitalize on stuff like that. And I think that that is obviously probably takes a bit of dev time, but I think they should look at it. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, and to your point, like anyone who's willing to sort of abide by our code of conduct, which doesn't ask for very much, just be a nice person, is welcome to join the Knights of the Wyvern Slayer at really any time. We're happy to have guests join us, and when you do, and I've said this to our guild members over and over again, we are arguably the tip of the spear when it comes to Ultima Online and a public-facing presence. All of us guild members here at the Wyvern Slayer, including, of course, friends like you, Slurms. So yeah, I think it's very exciting when we have a chance to get together with friends from the community like yourself and just enjoy what I think is the best element of any MMO, which is doing content together.
I thought you were gonna say we're the best guild of all time, and you must join us on an adventure. There's no doubt about it.
Well, you guys are certainly the best guildmates to have, for sure. I don't know about us being the best guild ever, but you guys are amazing. I'm so fortunate to be able to get together with many of you once a week for this little romp.
I was gonna say, like, I think I definitely probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for like being around folks and hanging out with people and learning things. I think that's part of gaming, is getting to share it with other people. So getting mechanics around that is, I agree, pretty important. Get you going.
Yeah, and from what I understand, on production, it's not quite like this. And the more that I think the developers do to encourage players to do content together as groups, I think the better for NL and New Legacy, and the better for Ultima Online too, for that matter. Because you have like these veteran players on production, and please correct me if I'm wrong about this, Ivy and Rex, and those of you who are really active on production, but you have this template called the Sampire, which can do a lot of production content basically solo. Is that right, Ivy? Do I have that correct?
I think it's probably the top
No,
event.
I didn't realize
here.
you did. Yeah, we all have a Sampire.
And they're pretty powerful. They allow you to do a lot of content on your own.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of AoE damage, so, they can heal. It's insane how powerful they are, but at the same time, one mistake and they're pretty mushy.
Okay. It takes some skill to run.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
There's been some changes recently to, like, some of the event, like Paragons get reduced, life leech and stuff like that, so... The latest event, I actually ran a Dex or more than I ran my Sampire.
Oh, that's interesting. Are you
Making a comeback? That's nice. I have one that's got dust on her.
Well, it was more like a Paladin Dexer, because, like, with the Paragons that spawned in the city invasions that were up, it was...
Yeah.
With healing and chivalry, it was easier to actually kill most of the stuff than with the Sampire.
And that's something we don't have here. No city invasions. That's a simple thing they could have done once a month.
Yeah. Well, and you know, I've made it clear that I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but you know, going back to like the seer type thing, I mean, there's so many of us I know would volunteer easily, so there's no real excuse to not take advantage of that.
Or think about the amount of people that have worked on those gray servers over time that might be back here on New Legacy. One of my good friends, there was one called the Second Age, and he helped basically steer direction of that for like 8 years.
Mhm.
So it was, I mean, there's a lot
big
of people here
project.
probably have done it. Yeah. So I think that there's probably people they can utilize, and I think they just should look. And if they have to hire someone, you know, with a production team or something like that, I think that may not be possible, but I think that, as you said, the volunteers are there, and they have those experiences.
Yeah, they used us in the past as a volunteer. Why can't they now?
Wasn't there a big lawsuit that Origins had to, or like Electronic Arts had to deal with regarding volunteers at one point? Very early, well, very early on actually in the history of the game. There's a class action lawsuit, in fact.
I never followed
What?
the lawsuit.
There was a class
For
action
what?
for volunteers. Like they had this volunteer system for a while, where they were like helping new players join the game, and people were giving their time towards that. And then someone in that community is like, you know what, we should be being paid. We should be paid by Electronic Arts for this labor. And they organized an actual class action lawsuit for that reason. So I think that's why, maybe one reason why Broadsword is reluctant to engage the community more significantly on a volunteer basis following that class action lawsuit. Yeah, this is the United States. You know, people can sue for something, they will.
I wonder if it's because it just wasn't clear that they would or would not get paid. I think if it was very clear, they could probably.
I think a piece of paper signed.
True.
Clear that quickly.
Which might make people not want to volunteer. I get some people like that too, which is fair. I mean, that's the thing. That's kind of what you're getting into, is that you're probably like getting to play something in a way that you normally wouldn't. So.
Now that having been said, Ultima, the Broadsword team, does engage volunteers, and we're actually going to have one. We're going to have the honor of hosting one tomorrow. Maria Petrified, she is a volunteer, an unpaid volunteer that moderates the Ultima Online forums and also maintains the official wiki.
That's really cool.
Yeah, but that's not game mechanics.
That's true. That is true.
That kind of reminds me. I just saw one. I feel like a couple weeks ago. Neverwinter Nights 2, I think, is still getting updates from the community.
Oh, that's
There's
wild.
always been discussions that, like, hey, you know, your community is like kind of giving the lifeblood of this game that's been around for so long. Maybe you should like throw some money to them because they're kind of keeping people to be, you know, continue to play the game. People who've always, like, for whatever reason, wanted to try it again will buy it again on Steam.
Who's throwing money to who?
To just I guess the community that's just fixing bugs and adding you know, new features to a very old game, so to speak.
So
for free.
Bethesda has Garthok's up. Yay. Bethesda actually has a creator program where the mods there, the mod creators who upload mods and get them approved for the platform, they actually get a percentage of the sales of those mods on this creator platform. But when it was set up, there was a lot of controversy around it. A lot of people were upset that they had to pay for these mods when they could have downloaded them for free from Nexus and voluntarily donated to the mod creators. I personally think it's a good thing to set up a system where creators are ensured they get that percentage of profits, right? And obviously the most popular, most well-made mods will earn that creator the most money. But yeah, it's interesting that you arrived at that thought, Wolf Gamer. In fact, there have been companies out there who have tried it and have occasionally gotten blowback for trying it.
Yeah. And Star Trek Online actually did that.
Oh, and how did it go for them?
They had user created like episodes. I mean, I think it was hit or miss. You always get kind of the strange people who make inappropriate episodes.
Huh.
So I guess it depending on how, like, there were quite a few episodes that were, you know, people just wouldn't play because they didn't know about them or they weren't publicized.
Sounds good, John. I'm so glad you were able to join us for a little while here. I'm totally stuck. There we go. What do you have planned for dinner, John? That reminds me, we're at the last hour of the Guild Adventure. It's 7 o'clock my time, so that's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. So we got 1 hour left, but we've done a really good job as far as taking on this content. Kari, oh, Ivy approves. Gosh, I love it, the fact that Ivy and Rex are familiar with all these great Filipino dishes. Made it myself, so it'll probably be terrible. Nonsense, John. You gotta drop us a picture of your creation if you can. Woo! Garthok's down. Tell me someone got the lure for Snarltooth. Come on, we got a lucky guild member here, lucky guest like Slurms.
Why does somebody want one?
I wouldn't mind a Snarltooth. People have no love for Snarltooth here.
Oh, I'm obsessed with trying to get one. I'll probably end up spending 100 points on the dang thing by the end.
Who said that?
I think Slurms.
Yeah, I've been putting out. I don't have a ton of money to offer up, but I've been slowly implementing every time I see it. I'm like 500, 600,000. You know, I got a dragon book. I'll probably end up trying to trade for it. You know, that'll probably lure it out.
There you go. Ooh, John got another good drop. Exceedingly Vank Shortbow. Hey, congrats. That's not bad at all. Don't forget to get your quest objective rewards for Garthok. And I think we only really have one last legendary foe up here on the list. It's just the Icemancer. We would have cleared out New Legacy tonight. Well done, team.
Yeah, it's like we just dropped an atom bomb on the server.
Take it easy, John. I'm so glad you're able to join us. Enjoy that Kari. I'm sure it's not going to be bad. All right. I think we're just going to have to... Do we have a gate going back to the guild tower, or did Ivy leave already?
Yeah, you missed it. I had it up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, we got another gate. I think we already had it.
Sorry, threw it to the Moonglow. I can throw another one too.
Sure. To the guild tower. Sounds good.
I gotta say, hey, I think I'm gonna head out as well.
Wolf.
Because I've got some things to take care of before tomorrow.
No problem.
But it was a really great time to talk to everybody, and I always have a blast.
Wolf, I'm so glad you were able to join us. I hope you, Argon Barger, and Shamanfire can rock and roll with us soon.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love that.
You have a great rest of your evening and have a great weekend ahead.
You too. See ya.
Well, Ivy says I'll get a swampy and stable it for John when he gets back. Thanks, Ivy. All right, I managed to make it back to the guild tower. I'm here with Slurms, just chilling.
Well, we can go chill and wait for the Icemancer. That way we don't have to worry about running there.
Hey, that
shouldn't be any.
That's smart. That's actually really smart. Okay.
Because he'll go down fast.
Yeah, that's smart. Okay. Oh my gosh! Don't attack the poor little beetle. All right, everyone. Ivy, do you have a part of the guild around you for a gate to ice?
Yeah. At Moonglow Moongate, or I'll throw one up at the guild house if that's where y'all are.
No, I think everyone's at the Moonglow Moongate. There's only me and Slurms here. Everyone, link up at the Moon Globe Moon Gate for a gate from Ivy. We got Rel here. Rel, man, burning the late night candle. Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's been fun. I'll be on tomorrow as well, so
Cool.
thanks for the legendary foes.
Hey, thanks for the company.
And yep, good luck to all of you guys.
Are you stepping out too?
See you later, Rory.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm beat.
Rel, take it easy. Get some rest. Thanks. And hey,
I-
congratulations on your knighthood. Really, it's an honor to have you
Yeah,
in the guild.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be a part of the group, as I said before. The
Cheers.
community is #1 in Ultima Online for me, so.
Take it easy,
All right,
Rel.
guys. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
You're on.
We got Pocket saying, Snarltooth, your buddy from the early weeks. I will not forget Snarltooth chewing my ass. Pocket,
Did he chew your face off?
He ate my face off a couple of times, and Pocket had to dust myself up and get me back on my feet. I missed the gate again because I'm just distracted. I'm heading over to ice. Take a look at how we're doing. Not too bad. I did hear that there's actually nothing to really be gained at level 5, so I'd be very happy if we hit level 4, because that's when we get our Citadel and we can just sit pretty for the rest of the season at level 4. Sounds good, Rory.
That was a little upsetting to see that 5 was a no change, really.
That is actually...
Yeah, what's up with that? That was very unfinished.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Ivy and Slurms. I do think that given the amount... Okay, so let's say you're not going to change the points to progress your guild on New Legacy for Season 2. Fine. But if it's going to be such an incredible labor for guilds to rank up, they should offer, like, rewards to look forward to at each level. Which would be, in my opinion, unique buildings at every level, you know? Oh, it's a full house here. Yeah, Pocked and... Yeah, busy times. Well, anyone have plans for the weekend? Oh, speaking of.
He's up.
He's up. That was funny. Gonna shoot the breeze. Nope. Therian came up right away.
See? It was a good call.
Yes, it
It
was.
knew you were ready.
Yeah. Oh no. There's
Oh, one of the things people say when they're late is it changed the where they spawn. So it might be Ice, Solon, Titan, and when someone says it's late, it's because one of them changed the spawn rate, the spawn location, or not spawn location, spawn time, to change up which order they appear in. So you hear late, it's not that they're spawning outside of that 30 to 130 or the 90 minute. It's that they're spawning out of order, which they did last time. So just from the go.
I got some heals on William. Oh, never mind. Stupid thing. How are we doing on the Icemancer?
Kicking butt.
Kicking butt? Nice. I think his hit points are bugged for me.
76%.
Nice. So So yeah, Slurms, what you got going for the weekend for yourself?
Nothing this weekend, but I am gonna go on my honeymoon next week.
Oh.
We got married last year on in May, but we didn't really have the time off, so it's spring break, so we're utilizing it to actually go on a trip together and you know, have fun.
Hey, I'm excited for you folks. Where are you headed for your honeymoon?
I actually proposed to my wife on the Wish for the Disney Cruise Line.
Oh wow.
So we're actually gonna go on the Fantasy for our honeymoon. So
That sounds incredibly fun.
yeah, I'm a Disney nerd too. So.
Hey, thanks for sharing that with us, Slurms. Excited for you and your wife for your honeymoon there. How about
So
you,
just
Rel?
another.
I mean, not Rel.
Another.
Go ahead, Slurms.
I was gonna say another week where no you up.
Yeah. How about yourself, Rory? Any plans for the weekend?
No, not really. Just doing it. I got to go out of town next week, back to West Texas, so I'll leave out on Sunday and be gone for the week.
Gotcha. Well, I hope you have a restful weekend. What about yourself, Elroy? More Fire Emblem in the cards? Are you going to be checking out something else, or got plans for the weekend? Icemancer is a pretty chill, legendary foe. You can easily fight through and talk, I feel. While we're waiting for Elroy to get back to us in the guild chat, Ivy Rex, how about you folks? I know you usually visit family on the weekends.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go to the garden center tomorrow because finally it's staying warm.
Yay.
So, and then I'm going to make some chicken potato soup and take over to my parents on Sunday.
Sounds like a good weekend. You guys deserve a restful weekend, especially after the heartache of previous week.
Yeah.
Elroy says, weekend, I'll play some Ultima Online and try to finish something else I put down for a bit. I will get to that next Fire Emblem game a week or two from now. Sounds good, Elroy.
So, boss man.
Yep.
I offered Elroy 2 manticores, but he just was like, one. So, I got some things are today, and I'm willing to part with one for you if you would like.
Oh gosh. Well, you know, I appreciate the offer. Let me just think about that for a minute. You know, maybe there's another knight here that really wants the Manticore pet for themselves. But yes, I'll get back to you, Ivy.
So me and him only take up 2 of the 4, so there's 2.
Oh, excuse me. Now I understand what you're saying to me. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm not going to object. If you
plenty to
want to
go
give me a
around.
juvenile Manticore pet, I will take one. You guys got another feather?
I got one earlier today.
What? Ivy,
Yeah.
you deservedly have all the luck in the world. You
Only
deserve
in the
it.
game, but you know, gotta have it somewhere.
Hey, I have no luck at all, whether it's in the game or IRL. So, you know, definitely don't thumb your nose at that luck you have with Ultima. That's very generous of you. Thank you, Ivy. Appreciate that. I'll look forward to getting together with you and Elroy and checking out that juvenile Manticore pet. I think this is the only way I'm ever gonna get anything of worth through hand-me-downs from Poison Ivy on this season of the New Legacy.
Hey, but mine are top notch. It's like Nordstrom Rack at least.
Yes, yeah, exactly, exactly. I am not. I mean, your hand-me-downs are exactly that. You know, Gucci, Versace. We're talking about that kind of quality right there. This is not, you know, your Walmart, Target hand-me-downs for a friend.
Great. I don't do cheap. Where you at,
Oh, still running out. Sorry.
Okay.
Slurms, listen. Anytime you want to join us in the future, feel free to let your friends either at Cat or elsewhere on the Shard know. We're always looking forward to meeting new people. So if there's folks that you enjoy gaming with that you think would have a good time with us on these guild adventures, feel free to let them know about it, because we're all interested in meeting new people here as part of this experience, getting through the first season of New Legacy. And thank you for joining us tonight. I know we've been looking forward to connecting with you for a while now after that first time, so I'm glad you were able to rendezvous with us tonight. And thank you so much for those wings. That was a very generous gift given to. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? John Soulfire tied $20 to the Mega Dungeon. John Soulfire, thank you. But with that, as with all things, there is a beginning and end to all adventures. This one is ending for now. Ruins Beyond the Treetop by Cryo Crypt. What an adventure. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. I want to extend a special thanks to our guests, our friends who joined us this evening. Slurms McKenzie, thank you for joining us. We had a great time with you, as I said just a little earlier. I also want to thank Epic Loot Gaming, aka Epic Patrick, for connecting with us. A fantastic content creator who is, I think, skillfully represented Ultima Online for many years, especially the OSI experience. Thank you for joining us. Epic Loot Gaming, a legend from the Ultima Online player community. And of course, speaking of legends, I consider each and every knight and squire of the Wyvern's Lair a legend in and unto themselves. I want to thank you, Elroy, Ubery, Rel, John, Tay McCrae, and of course Suzanne and Wolfgamer for joining us this evening. I may be missing one or two names here and there, but very grateful for anyone who makes the time for these guild adventures. And of course, our emissary Poison Ivy, her husband Rex Rumble. Really good to see you both here. I know it's been a tough week for you all, so at the top of the stream I wasn't so sure if you guys were coming by, but of course it's a joy to see you both. And I also want to thank all the Layersins in the Stygian Abyss, Pocted, my traveling gypsy Tarot. Thank you for dropping by. Gone Soulfire, of course. And William Richmond, thank you all for coming by and joining us here on the New Legacy Shard of Ultima Online. Lots ahead for the Wyvern's Lair. Tomorrow I'll have the good fortune of talking to several guild members and players in the community about our most recent conversation with the developers for New Legacy. I'm looking forward to that conversation, and that episode should be out, if not sometime next week, then certainly the week after. And I will be back tomorrow with Fluid Fireboard, checking out Stars Reach, the next great game from Raph Koster, the original designer for Ultima Online. Any last words from the knights and guests here before we head out?
I just wanted to say again, thank you very much for knighthood. I appreciate it.
Rory, well deserved.
Means a lot.
Well deserved, Rory. I'm so very glad you found us, and thank you so much for sticking with us. And I too am very happy you joined us as a knight this evening.
Thank you again.
Of course.
And of course.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Rex.
And of course, this is Rex Rumble, last son of Krypton, saying, molest the heck out of that like button and subscribe and make comments. It helps the algorithm. And if you have a few bucks and you want to make sure that, Wyvern can actually feed his girlfriend, he's always accepting Patreon.
Best son of Krypton, not the last. It may be the last, but certainly also the best son of Krypton. Rex, thank you. And Slurm McKenzie, best wishes to you for your weekend ahead, and have a great time on that honeymoon. We'll catch you when you get back. Further adventures here in Ultima Online.
Yeah, have an extra drink on for us.
Will do.
Bye, everyone.